Hello and welcome to another dramatic reading by me, Amzani84. Today we're continuing with Super Sentai vs Power Rangers, getting on to Chapter 11, Roasting the Solar Trio. Author's note, if you end up rocking Miss Fanfiction, oh, way to spoil it, it could have been a genuine surprise if you put this note at the end. It's a tribute to Sun Vulcan where the Red Ranger was replaced with a new Red Ranger. Okay, I suppose there is a parallel there, but even a bit of behind the scenes source written. Some sources state that Ryusuke Kawasaki was left because of contractual issues and he was replaced by Takayuki Godai. And other sources state, this is just me talking, it's not the author's note, that he left because he was planning on quitting acting and his contract ran out halfway through the show. Oh, so they had to hurriedly replace him. In the case of Austin St. John and Steve Cardenas, it was most likely Austin St. John left out of pay issues, allowing Steve Cardenas to eventually take his place as the new Red Ranger. From what I understand about this story, Austin St. John's agent told him that he should demand more money because Power Rangers was becoming an international hit. And when Saban went by, John walked off and fired his agent when the agent... This episode happens to be a tribute to the two Red Rangers of MMPR. A tribute they're barely in from what I remember. The Go-Kaiters were still strange to a strange world. That's probably strangers to a strange new world. Sentai Earth, which they have not fully explored, except for one occasion of putting Shitari out of his misery. Okay, now I have to wonder what exactly he retained from Go-Kaiter canon, since they got Go-Kaio and they got the Legend Power attacks, but apparently the only instant that's still canon is Go-Seija versus Shinkenger. It also perplexed the existence of another universe too. I have to admit that everything's pretty strange now, said Captain Iris. Another universe? Sounds unbelievable or just wrong terminologies in your record. What do you mean wrong terminologies? Either way, it's unbelievable. And the Power Rangers claim to come from the year 2005? That's freaky. Not really, just the author hates any Power Rangers series produced after that time, so they got cut. I wish we can do all we can to help, said Ahim. But right now, we need to join some special training the others to cope up with them. Probably keep up with them. We have to make sure that no intertime battle happens again. Well, you've failed in that regard already, since that's what Radage's whole scheme is about. It must have been tragic. I agree, said Captain Earth. They did drive us out of our enemies, allowing the Earth to have some peace while we assault this new group. Ooh, okay, so from what I can tell, the plot involved the Go-Kaiters luring the Zanyak away from Earth. I wish that no one else will have to be converted to become evil against their will like I was, said Joe, recalling his days as a former Zanyak. Okay, so that's been kept. Add that to the list. I have to admit though, that Cole guy, he's really cool with all those moves, said Doc. I wonder if any of you girls are interested in him. That's not true, said both Ahim and Luca. Well, it's pretty much your loss, said Doc. Honestly, I could probably buy Cole being shipped with either Ahim or Luca, and before I could buy him being shipped with Sakura. Well, just the Director Aya and Boom. We will do all we can to help you, said Director Aya. Wherever Viam is, or should I say United Alliance of Evil is residing. See, even the fake acknowledges that these guys are more Neo-Viam than they are in a United Alliance of Evil. We don't know yet. How do you not know? They've literally taken over Europe. That pretty much narrows it down. Just look for an evil tower in the middle of a city. Heck, the fix says they're in Germany. Why not start there and... but they can just be anywhere, even if we knew. They're still heavily fortified with big guns and all. And given that the fic doesn't last long enough for such an assault to take place, I'll just imagine that, and given Radage's general ineptitude throughout the fic, I'll imagine that the fortress is actually woefully undefended. On the other hand, it was time to select those who will go into the Sun Vulcan era of Sentai year 1981. They were Jason, Hoji, and Kota. What, only 3? asked Jason. The next Sentai has only 3 members in it, said Supreme Commander Ryu. As usual, we send reinforcements if you need help. That's probably we'll send reinforcements. Right now, we're still trying to get the other Rangers. What other Rangers? I don't think Bulk and Skull are Power Rangers. What was your first clue? They aren't at all, said Jason. Oh, that's not very good news, said Supreme Commander Ryu. Now I have to kill them. I'm sorry, don't leak our secrets. By the way, do you have any explanation to how we landed from 2005 from our world to 2011 of this world? Asked Jason. Apparently none, Jason, and I'm very sorry for that, said Supreme Commander Ryu. I mean, did Jason expect him to have an answer? I think even Cole comes out there judging for his age from a date of birth to his current age of his world. How the hell can you measure bats but not figure out why either crossing dimensions also crosses time? I'm on what he wrote on his paper. What? The Broken Skull? I don't think so. But they did hail high school many times and also elementary. They were high school bullies who knew nothing but to poke fun at others, said Jason. Wow, I can see why his pick wasn't a hit, considering how his dreamer seems to ignore Bulk and Skull's old 6 seasons of character development, and given that they stopped being bullies fairly early on. Really, said Supreme to be honest, Takushi wasn't a good student either, but he didn't repeat any levels. Just that he nearly failed every level every year due to delinquency. I'm not sure whether that was ever established as part of Shinkenta Taku's backstory, so I'm not going to ring the bell. Well, that's not as heavy as theirs, Jason. To be honest, Skull was already an adult when he started stalking out 14-year-old Kimberly. Okay, that's less the continuity and more the possible pedophilia bell, because as far as I know, there's nothing to actually confirm or deny this, but I kind of imagine that they weren't intended to be adults. But just because the MMPR cast were played by mostly adults does not mean the characters were adults held back in school. But they originally intended to be 17 years old, and when it came time to extend the show, beyond 1 year, they were retconned to being 14. That's gross, said Supreme Commander Ryu. I might as well keep an eye on him. He could be a nuisance to this base. And this goes nowhere. Cole can be seen once more on the training grounds, learning to concentrate his mind to use his powers fully, as Akaret had entrusted them to him. Okay, Cole, you've got to train some more, said Akaret. Okay, Akaret, I got you, said Cole. Ranu and Billy are calling his powers. His power is unbelievable, it's beyond human, it's in fact superhuman, said Ranu, quite shocked at the testing sight. I know, said Billy, in fact it's really insanely high. Tommy has never had this kind of power out of his suit. By the way, thanks for wiring up my equipment. No problem, Billy, said Ranu. It's always fun working with a guy like you. Thanks a lot, said Billy. Yoga and Jan finally arrived into the battle skinny. I think that was so to be seen that the author did not check his spelling. Okay, Cole, let's go, said Jan, and I'll be honored to help, said Ryoga. They were assigned to attack Cole together to help him increase his concentration. Cole, after some furious attacks, managed to defeat them. He helped them up. That was an interesting match. We'll take it higher, said Ryoga. That's wacky, 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 said Jan. Okay, but I should mention here that Jan has a habit of talking like a 3-year-old since he was raised by tigers in the wild from that age. But I like to point out that him saying wacky, 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 wacky is incorrect use for 2 reasons. Because 1, he only repeats each onomatopoeia twice traditionally, and for 2nd, I'm going to be checking what wacky wacky means. I don't think it means how the author uses it. Okay. I'm going to the wiki. It says he uses it wacky wacky to mean excited. So you win this round. And he also says that wacky wacky kunai means he's not excited. Wacky wacky no dokan means he strikes with all one's might. And back to the thick. Oh, I'll be looking forward to leading a mission or getting into one. That has nothing to do with you being beaten up by Cole. I'm looking forward to that, said Cole with a reassuring smile. You are worthy opponents. Until then, said Jan, bowing down in respect. Cole gave his respectful bow too. And until then, strong warrior from nowhere, said Ryoga Hauka. Not only is that misspelled, but I have to wonder why Ryoga isn't using his name. Tommy was next to fight. Well, Cole, I guess it'd be an honor to fight with you, said Tommy. Tommy began to perform his new series of moves. Ooh, I'm guessing he has a DVD showing them off because That's pretty much the only reason it's not described. Both of them had a rather intense match. However, Cole managed to gain the upper hand, defeating Tommy. I guess you're the best fighter we have now, considering you've won several martial arts competitions as well, said Tommy. Okay, I'm not sure where the idea that Cole is a martial artist come from, because in his own series, he was raised by natives in the jungle, kind of like Jan, but slightly less absurd. In his first experience in a big city was rescuing a few pets before being captured and brought to a flying island where he spent the next few months or doing God only knows what. When you have time to develop an interest in martial arts? I didn't beat you so easy, said Cole, opening up. Tommy, don't overrate me. That's something advice the author should have taken. You still have one more opponent to fight, said Ranru. And who will it be? I wish to learn more in the art of fighting, said Cole. Takushiba entered into the fighting ring dressed in a karate garb. You could just call it a gi. And said, well, Cole, let's hear how you stand against me. But see, your last session today, I will be your opponent. Those stock phrases pretty much mean the same thing. But it's my pleasure, said Cole. Show me what you've got, samurai boy. Cole, however, was getting overconfident, saying, Joe, I can knock these two. This one will fall in less than a second. This is always supposed to become before the Tommy fight. Cole's being overconfident ever since Red chose him. I can use it against him, said Takushiba. As he tried to impulsively attack, Takushiba prepared his God Fist attack. Not only does Takeru from Shinkenja not have an attack called the God Fist, but none of the Shinkenjas have any physical attacks, where fighting is done entirely with katanas, until they get the Mogyu Bazooka, which becomes katanas and guns. They never throw a punch or a kick at an enemy. Again now, which by delivering with incredible accuracy hit Cole's rock hard abs. Okay, again, where does the author get the idea that Cole has rock hard abs? I mean, I've seen pictures of Rick Medina and he generally seems less buff than the likes of Danny Slavin or Will Ulfert. And that's just in terms of Power Rangers alumnus, because and those were the two that came to mind because I've seen pictures of them shirtless and they're pretty freaking jacked. At first seemed not to hurt, but he had some slight pain. Ah, said Cole, holding through his muscular abs. What? Cole, never underestimate your opponent, said Takushiba, outing up. I sent you a think you can knock me down that easily just because Ryoga and Jan fell down that easily to your fist. I got a lot to learn from you. You guys are the best. I'm never a Red Conker if I don't have any friends, said Cole. So, certainly you're not the Red Conker since none of your friends are present. And also, pretty sure always another example of the author of making the Shinkenjas, the Deca Rangers, the Bokenjas, the Jetman, and the Masked Man lineups his Mary Sue's, who's sitting up he had Takeru defeat Cole when the likes of Tommy Oliver could not. My boy, it's amazing that your abs are still as hard as ever because most people faint or even get injured after a technique I mastered after the fall of Ghetto. It's called the God Fist. Oh, so he'd learned it after the whole Shinkenja series is over. That makes some sense. And I hope you can learn it. But remember, Cole, you also need your brains in battle, said Takushiba. Looks like it's done for now, said Ranru. Cole can be seen holding a towel, wiping off his sweat. Finally put on his extra blouse. You keep using that word. I'm not sure it means what you think it means. And after his rough training session. What nice guys. I may enjoy this stay for a long time. At the United Alliance of Evil headquarters, Renegade was thinking about intensifying war efforts as much as possible, even to the point of gunning down rebels who refuse to acknowledge his rule in his new empire. Is that why he's not looking for the Sentai base to launch an attack? Because the Renegade and Jetman would go out of his way to lead such an attack personally the minute he found it, and heck, he'd probably make finding it his priority. His next plan was targeted on the Sun Vulcan team. Thanks to the entry post Go-Kiters, we're kind of behind schedule with the timeline invasion plot, said Renegade. Wait, you're scheduling this? Is this why it takes so long? That why you're going through a checklist rather than just going further back in time to wipe out their ancestors? Looks like we may need to send more villains or resurrect some more. But as of right now, I think I tell Tranza and Chokina to do this mission. Sire, thanks for giving me another chance yet. What? Said Tranza. Me too, said Chokina. Oh yeah, a chance to screw up again in battle for you too. Ooh, hey boss, why not send me? I will secure you the victory you always wanted, said Florius. I've gotta hand it to Florius there. He's absolutely correct. Silence, said Tranza, kicking Florius's butt. You are nothing more than a run failure. Again, a statement not backed up by anything, considering that Florius is but one member of the United Alliance of Evil so far to succeed in his given mission. That's right, Takina. You're nothing more than a nuisance to us, Florius. Go back to the comfort rooms, said Garza. My lair smells better than your work. Be gone, you miserable excuse for a snowman. Don't wonder why everyone's calling him a snowman when he looks more like an iceman. Yes, sir, said Florius as he was beaten up. Enough of the bickering, everybody, said Renegade. Next plan I have is this biodimensional monster you need to create. Combine a heater and a beetle there and you get it. That's not how biodimensional monsters or beasts work. He injects a biodimension bug with animal DNA, and then has it possess an object. Oh wait, yeah, so this kind of is how it works, but you forgot the whole biodimension bug part of it. That would be done, sire. Aya said to answer. So that means that will be done. How interesting, said Takina. So we're going to roast the Solar Task Force. You can't just say Style Sentai in that thing. We all know what it means. How thing for him to die from too much heat. Not really. Nothing in the show has anything to do with heat. The sun thing is just a motif. In the Sentai year 1981, the Ranger now sent the Berserk time train. Jason, Hoji, and Kota had landed down. I still can't believe a team of only 3 heroes from start to finish, said Jason. I'd be more impressed with the fact that they have no women. I'd like to meet them both, said Hoji. Could be interesting for a team to have less members too, but I'd like more, especially with the United Alliance of Evil being that tough to defeat. There's probably a typo there. Well, in my case, we started with 3 and ended with 5, and a 6th one came, but he perished and later returned as a ghost, said Kota. Far-fetched, that's pretty crazy, said Jason. You're telling me. Jason was being vigilant and keeping an eye for the United Alliance of Evil. Meanwhile, Rocky dos Santos had fallen down all the way from the sky. Koiwa Kashi, said Rocky. Okay, and just give me a minute. Chodo nihon ni hyuka te kita ita ndako edo ua a koko wa nihon dakedo betu no jikan ya jigen mata watashi wa nihongo de hanashite yu kedo chika o hiatsu onda koiwa man o futsu janai. Hi, okay, Matt's phrase translated as, this is crazy, I was just on vacation in Japan, whoa, this is Japan but some other time or dimension. Wait, I'm speaking in Japanese, I sound different, this is not normal anymore. Oh, Rocky notes I start to sound like Rio in Die Ranger. I'm still going to be doing a Rocky impression, or failing that with Jersey accent. He's suddenly surrounded by machine men, each one ready to kill him. What first said Rocky tried to fight them, but he was surrounded by lots of them. He realized he was fighting against robots. Fortunately, the Sun Vulcan team was able to spot him and help him out of his trouble. Bull Eagle! Bull Shark! Bull Panther! Let's help him, said Bull Eagle 1. The Sun Vulcan team attacked the machine men, knocking them down one by one. Rocky was grateful for the help he got. Thanks, said Rocky. By the way, what sort of Power Rangers are you? Power Rangers, said Bull Eagle. We're the Solar Task Force Sun Vulcan. Again with a random translation. I'm pretty sure most people know what Taio Sentai means if they're reading this fic. Sorry, said Rocky. I do hope you take care, said Bull Shark. Thanks for your help, said Rocky. Jason and the others spotted Rocky a few moments later. Rocky, is that you? Said Jason. Jason, said Rocky. Yes, it's me. Well, it's been a long time. I never remember the moment I placed you as the Red Ranger and all, said Rocky. Why does a separate paragraph? Was Jason supposed to say this line? Or when he became the Gold Ranger? It's in our universe anymore, said Jason. By the way, what year did you drop from, Rocky? I'd like to know. Oh, now. 2005, said Rocky. This is already 1981, not our world as we know it. How would he know that? He's seen no evidence that this is 1981. Oh, it can't be explained. We're all getting dubbed as we entered. So we're apparently riding roughshod over the fourth wall and the concept of sanity right now. Believe it or not, I'm currently staying in the year 2011 of this world, said Jason. I don't know how, sooner or later we could set the timeline to normal. What? Adam's story is funnier. You didn't mention that Adam was here. Rocky's just going to get even more confused. He said he was watching Power Rangers Treasure Wars, but he got here back in Korea, a franchise I never heard of. That could have been worded way clearer. Well, I know I've heard they show Power Rangers there, but I never realized they were events from another place of existence. Probably to be plane of existence. Far-fetched, said Rocky. Too bad I don't have my powers to help you guys. By the way, who are these two new friends of yours? This is Hoji and this one is Koda. Ota, said Jason. Nice to meet you, said Rocky. So you're Power Rangers 2 from this world? That's Super Sentai, Jason. Well, me and Tommy are field commanders now for a new alliance. Many of the Super Sentai dudes are pretty nice. But that's a pretty inappropriate place to have him refer to someone as dude. Just wait till you meet the Supreme Commander himself. But it'll be pretty important we must find United Lines of Evil, said Hoji. That also could have been worded a lot better. They need to make it clear that Hoji is chiding Jason for wasting time, which, in all fairness, he is. United Lines of Evil. I thought they were already destroyed, said Rocky. Not quite, Jason. When my old leader, Dark Spectre, destroyed him, Jordan blew himself up, only to live again. Wait, what? Yeah, Jordan's alive now. I'll be fill you in all of this later. Let's get on with the mission. It was the end of it. Where in this world, a mad, genocidal, and ruthless nobleman and gathered several villains from the past by bringing them back to life. And we still haven't got an explanation as to how he did that. Believe me, he'll scare you a lot more than Lord Zed ever did. I'll give him that, since Radiguet is pretty terrifying, even if he does look like a man in Smurf cosplay, while Lord Zed got toned down pretty quickly. Meanwhile, at the Black Magma Fortress, the United Lines of Evil representatives managed to enter. Trans and Jakina entered. Hey, what the? Intruders? This isn't good, said Hedorian. Oh yeah, Hedorian and the villainess from Denji Man is back in Sun Vulcan as a supporting villain. In what's probably the only case of a character being retained across 2 seasons as a regular. No, Kaito and Dom Brothers does not count. You dare to infiltrate our headquarters, said Furahel Saturn. And he spelled the Saturn as in the planet and not Saturn as in the Japanese pronunciation of the guy who died down below. Don't mistake us for anything, said Tranza. As you know, we are here to help you defeat the Sun Vulcan trio. Oh, it's them again, said Hedorian. I lost a crate of diamonds over. Silence, said Furahel Saturn. Well, Hedorian, shut up or be shut down. Yes, master, said Hedorian, who was grumbling in her mind. And that's kind of accurate, since in Sun Vulcan, the reason Hedorian is working with Black Magma is that at the Fury replace her heart with a mechanism he can shut off at any time. I'll take over this force, that's the last thing I'll ever do, said Hedorian. That's an actually decent call forward to the finale of Sun Vulcan, where she does take over for all of 5 minutes before dying because the heart thing corroded. Very well then, speak. What is your proposal? Said Furahel Saturn. Sire, may I present you Heater Beetle, said Tranza. With your help, you can actually put a chill to that solar-powered trio. No, you won't. It's a heater monster. And it's going to be a very hot weather, said Trankina. What? How does that work? I hope his plan works, said Furahel Saturn. The Sun Vulcan team returned to base. They were Ryusuke Owashi, Kinya Samejima, and Asao Hyu. I'm pretty sure that's not his name, so I'll ring the bell here and look it up. Just bear with me a few seconds since I don't have the page preloaded. Okay, it's almost there. Yeah, it is Asao Hyo. He just spelled it as Hugh. So, ding ding ding. Here with Commander Daizaburo Arashiyama and his daughter Isa Arashiyama. Why would his daughter have a different surname? You don't need to type the whole thing out. Cece, the speaking dog, you could just call it a talking dog, was also there. And that's a fairly token mention since, ironically enough, CC has no dialogue throughout this chapter or the next. Next. It looks kind of silent lately, but I do have my doubts. They have given up, said Ryusuke. However, I may have to change my mind about the space shuttle research. Don't worry, I think Takayuki Hiba could take over if you do so, said Kinya. He's trying to turn a random plot twist within Sun Vulcan into a pre-established subplot for those unfamiliar with. I'm not going to ring a bell more than once, rather lightly. So I applaud him for trying to make the most out of what was a fairly rushed plot point. Just then reports of black magma attacking reached the Sun Vulcan trio. Looks like we have to go, said Ryusuke. Hey, what Beb? It's even worse. Temperature's rising up by, whoa, it's really skyrocketed, said Kinya. Yeah, and also, why is he spelling it K-I-N-I-Y-A? The second I is unnecessary. Pretty sure most people would think to pronounce the N-Y-A as Nia. Oh my, the temperature's already very high, said Ryusuke. This has to be a work of black magma. Goldom no Shiawazeda! Oh, with new allies. In fact, we are here to stop the alliance, said Hoji. New allies, asked Ryusuke. Surely they would have mentioned this on the way over. That's right, the United Alliance of Evil has come here to take up even for black magma to destroy you guys. Pretty complex, you'll understand the heart of the situation soon, said Hoji. It's not that complex. The bad guys think if they eliminate one Sentai in the past, then the current Sentai will cease to exist. The Sand Vulcan? And the Shark Machine and the Panther Machine left to investigate. Okay, I'm gonna check if that name. Ah, yeah, it is. Never mind, I rung the bell for nothing. Like, somewhere in Tokyo, where Rocky, Jason, Hoji, and Kota were scouting, they realized that the surroundings were getting hot. What the? No, suddenly warming up. I feel like I'm being roasted alive, said Jason. They noticed that the waters were starting to boil. How? There's also be a work of the United Alliance of Evil, said Hoji. Why they secured an alliance of black magma? This is really a hard situation to deal with. It's slow rising heat, said Kota. Somehow they intend to force the city to surrender. Even Kota's questioning the bad guy's logic here. Yeah, whatever it is, I think it's another monster of the day or the week or whatever. What, but it's cooling down again. Whoa, it's bad hot, said Rocky. Ben, it's cooling down. That's what Kota just said, Rocky. Nice to see you're justifying why fans hated you. We have to go now, Rocky. By the way, only a place to stand by, said Jason. Jason pressed a button which opened out of thin air to the set guard time train. Where is this magic button and why was this not used before? Whoa, said Rocky. Very awesome vehicle that can go tangible and intangible, visible and invisible with its riders. Just get in there. By the way, it has its automatic remote control. We have to fight the United Alliance of Evil. You have no power as of right now, said Jason. I mean, sure he has no power, but surely he could still join the battle with his kung fu moves. I understand, said Rocky. Somewhere the Sun Vulcan team were trying to deal with the problem. They saw the United Alliance of Evil together with Fuhrer Black Saturn, Hadrian, Trans and Akina showed up. That sentence is poorly worded and I doubt it can be salvaged. Also, the monster Heater Beta was there. The author just forgot about him in the first sentence and tacked that on, I can tell. What the? Black Magma has new allies? I wonder if that woman is Queen Hadrian's sister or something. He barely thinks Hadrian and Trakina's sisters. I have to question if Owashi can actually see, said Eagle 1. I am not Queen Hadrian's sister, I am Trakina of Scorpius, said Trakina. That's right, said Transit. The United Alliance of Evil has come to this place. You'll not be a match for us, said Trakina. Some Mogulin tried to fight against Trakina and Transit, but to no avail. Transit and Trakina fired their projectile shots to hurt them. Now show what you can do, Heater Beetle, said Trakina. Roast them up. With pleasure, Trakina-sama, said Heater Beetle. He began to roast the Sun Vulcan team with an intense heat wave. Why does he keep using roast instead of overheat? Need to all warm up. Just then, Jason, Hoji, and Kota showed up. He transformed to Red Ranger 1, Deca Blue, and Hurricane Yellow. And I don't have my Memorial Hurricane Gyro to hand, otherwise I'd include the sound effect for Kota's henshin. And, oh, maybe next time. It's you people again, said Tranta. You just don't give up, do you? Pot, meet kettle, you're both black. Well, there's evil, we will fight, said Red Ranger 1. Fortunately, it arrived too late. Vol Eagle 1, Vol Shark, and Vol Panther are now suffering from heat seizures. That should be heat seizures. The heroes, they're burning, literally, said Decker Blue. Decker Blue entered into SWAT mode to fire his powerful shots. He used the search guard time train switch to escape the battle. We've got to escape, said Jason. You just did. We can't rely on the search guard time train all the time due to fuel. The heck does it run on like you can't fill it up in 1981? On the other hand, you may see it as one who looked like Rita Repulsa. That was Hedorian. Well, they finally mention it. The elephant in the room. I haven't acknowledged it in this chapter because A, I probably acknowledged it back in chapter 9, and I forget. And 2, I thought the fact I'm giving her a Barbara Goodson inspired voice should be clue enough for you people. If it's not, then you clearly failed to pick up on I being subtle. Oh, Rocky's saying the train. Well, I was kind of scared about the train moving on its own. We've got to take them to their base, said Jason. Okay, why is Rocky scared of a train moving on its own? Isn't that a normal thing in most countries? In severe burning? That's probably be severely burned or in severe pain. I think we're near their base already. Now let's get down. Commander Arashiyama found the whole team. Now it's due. This is bad, very bad, said Commander Arashiyama. Misa Arashiyama said, this is serious. By the way, thanks wherever you may be. Did they not introduce themselves earlier? There was Misa standing there wondering, why is Owashi, Samejima, and Hugh... Why is... let me try again. Why is Owashi Tachi brought all these people in here? Yeah, Jason, Hoji, and Coach were thinking of how they can counter this problem. They had cold packs placed on Sun Vulcan team, there's the definitive article make there, and soaked in a whole tub of water. There, that's not a good way to counter heat stroke, I don't think. It'll take some time for their body normalized, said Hoji. Ranu's first aid manual really works. Also, finally acknowledging that Ranu is more than just a science girl. But have been with Billy too, said Jason, amazed. Probably didn't hear that, but that was me face palming rather loudly. Possibly, said Hoji. I've talked to Billy is like another Ranu. They're both members of dinosaur teams. They literally have nothing in common canonically, even being smart people. I wonder if he's got any interest in her. I honestly think he's got an interest in her. That's redundancy in action. That is possible. Anything's possible right now, said Jason. Jason, Hoji, people are dying. Can you please save this love talk for later? And the music changing now should tell you what's happening next. Meanwhile, at the local amusement park, those who used to fight a Denji man were getting concerned about the fight. Icy the robot dog sacrificed himself to save the world. It wasn't a very easy task. I wonder how the Sun Vulcan team is coping up with their fight, said Ippei. Again, stop referring to them by their given names. And also be aware of the Sun Vulcan's fight. Why are they doing nothing at all to stop it? Wonder if we need to fight once more. I hope not, said Daigoro, who was chewing on Anpan bread. Again, for redundancy, Anpan literally means red bean paste bread. Ed, this is as bad as chai tea. Hey, I was wondering what's causing the heat to go up and down so suddenly, said Jun Kiyama. Why does he get a full name? Just better speaking, Cole was suddenly transported to the Sun Vulcan universe by Akared. Let me guess, he's naked. Again. Akared, what's going on, said Cole. There's no time to explain, Cole, said Akared. Your heart tells you if the Sun Vulcan team needs help. Clearly not, since it is the first he's hearing of it. You must go and assist him now. Cole arrived in the amusement park where the Denji men were. Wappa, said the Denji men. Why are you calling them men, rather than man? I saw Cole was just in his standard clothes. Phew. When I'm Cole and I have a mess for you guys, you'll need to join forces for Sun Vulcan, said Cole. Big guy crazy, he may just be some foreigner who's lost his mind, said Tachi Midorikawa. Racists. Just bearing like a red came out of Cole's body. Again, he seems to forget that you're supposed to follow apostrophes with an S when referring to something someone possesses. Everybody was freaked out by this partnership the two shared together. He does not lie, said Akared. Right now, people in the future are plagued with your present. If you don't believe me, it's time to see the evidence. Akared, we need to combine back, said Cole. As you said, we are a team in spirit. Patience Cole, Patience in Aka Red. Can we trust you then? Said Akira. Looks like we don't have a choice out of this time, said Daigoro. The Sun Vulcan team is suffering from severe areas burns. Will the Denji men cooperate? I hope so, otherwise we'd be way out of character. What is Cole's first mission? That is literally not a question, especially if you're literally answering it through the narrative of him going back to recruit the heroes. Anyway, this chapter, standard flat it's now padded out to 2 chapters by talk of romance and a completely visible scene of Cole beating up random characters while the author's favourite comes up and Mary soothes him into submission. Anyway, join us next time where we get an actual team up between Denji Man and Sun Vulcan. And rather than going with the obvious title that Sentai uses for such team ups, he went with a rather lame one.